If you want to play Israel Kamakawiwoʻole's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, What a Wonderful World on guitar, the same way he plays it on the ukulele, then grab a capo, place it on the 5th fret, and let's get started. Iz's medley of these two beautiful classics stands out not only because of his incredible voice, but also because of his cool offbeat rhythm. At first, this rhythm requires a little bit of concentration because the accents are always placed on the 8th note instead of the downbeats 1, 2, 3, and 4. Apart from that, thanks to our capo on the 5th fret, we only need a handful of basic chords and a lead sheet to help us keep track of everything until we can play the song from memory. You can download the lead sheet as well as a step-by-step guide to learning the song faster for free using the link in the video description and the first pinned comment of this video. A quick note before we begin: unlike what most guitar teachers would probably recommend for this song, you should not place your capo at the very end of the 5th fret. Instead, place it closer to the beginning of the fret because later in the song we will play a B7 chord, which becomes much easier to play this way. Let's take a closer look at the strumming pattern using the first chord, G major. Looking at the tab, you can see that we should not always strum the entire chord if we want to sound like Iz's version. You can also see that some of the accents are only played with percussive hits whenever you see the letter X in the tablature. If you have never played something like this before, it can definitely be quite a challenge. So to explain this offbeat rhythm a little better, let's jump straight into the hydrogen drum machine. If you already know my videos, you know that I always use this useful and free tool to explain more complex rhythms or rhythmic concepts in a better way. You can also download the drum machine yourself using the link in the video description. Here you can now see the rhythm of the strumming pattern for the entire song displayed visually. The song itself is played at around 85 BPM with a rhythm pattern based on 16th notes. I use the stick element from the standard drum kit to represent the hits that we are playing on the guitar. Additionally, I moved the louder accents all the way up using the velocity settings down here, and I also lowered the accents that we only play very quietly as percussive hits. This is what it sounds like. And if we transfer all of these accents and counts onto our tablature, it looks like this. For your development as a guitarist, it is always beneficial to have a very clear understanding of your rhythms. This way, you are not only able to play together much better with drummers, percussionists, and other instrumentalists, but you can also become creative much faster when it comes to creating your own rhythms and songs. First, let's go through the accents one by one. On beat 1, we only hit the low E string with relatively little force. Then comes a strong accent on the first 8th note afterwards, where we only hit the 3 highest strings. Right after that, we play the next 16th note with an upstroke, slightly lighter. The 2 and the 16th note afterwards are played percussively, which means you should simply relax your middle finger of your fretting hand here. The 8th note after the 2 is strongly accented again, and the 16th note afterwards is played a little softer with another upstroke. Starting from beat 3, the entire pattern repeats, so it's Let's now play this rhythm together using only the G major chord, but very slowly at just 40 BPM. I would recommend increasing the tempo only once you are able to play the rhythm and count along at the same time. Only then have you truly understood it and no longer have to leave anything to chance. So if you can do this, 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a Then you can increase the speed. Now let's just play through the entire intro together so that we can practice this strumming pattern with other chords as well. I'll still play this a little slower for you at 65 BPM this time. Once you can play the intro, there's basically nothing standing in your way for the rest of the song. The chords from the intro are simply played in different combinations depending on the section of the song. In the What a Wonderful World part of the song, there is only one additional chord, an A minor 7 chord, which is added at this point here. I see friends shaking and saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. However, once you can play this song, try using the same strumming pattern for your own ideas as well. You can even use it for more rock-oriented parts in combination with an electric guitar, distortion and power chords. And that's it for this video. I hope you have a lot of fun practicing and playing this song. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any new tutorials and tips. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye.